The Queen archetype is the highest embodiment of femininity. Between the 7 main feminine archetypes, the Queen archetype stands above all of them. And let's discuss it today. First of all, now stop thinking about anything else and concentrate on your vision. You hear a word Queen. And what do you think from the moment you think about this word? What are your associations with this? You probably imagine a woman that is on her throne, who rules a country, countries, who is a leader, whose dignity is extremely high and impeccable. And if you have this kind of associations, I can tell you, you are right. Every woman has this archetype within her. But not every woman unlocks this archetype. That's the main thing. And if right now you feel some magnetic pull that you want to embody this archetype, or just in general you adore this kind of energy of confidence, internal dignity, self-worth, and so on, then this archetype is for you and your psyche, your subconsciousness wants it. So watch this video till the end and you will understand how to do so, how to start embodying this archetype from now on. If you don't know me, my name is Alina. I'm a manifestation femininity coach. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And I have a gift for you already. You'll find it in the description box. It's a free guide that will help you to understand all 7 main feminine archetypes. And after reading this free guide, you will understand what's your main feminine archetype and you'll start to embody it as well. And if you want to dive even deeper in your personal discovery of your femininity, through all the feminine archetypes, I have an ebook that is coming soon about this topic. So subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. And let's dive into this topic from the positive sides of the Queen archetype. A woman in her Queen energy, she can actually embody any of feminine archetypes, because again, the Queen archetype raises above all of the feminine archetypes. It's like the highest form of femininity, of understanding your femininity, of feeling your femininity as well. So if you're in your Queen energy, you can play any character, you can play any archetype when you want to, when you feel so. Another significant thing about the Queen archetype is her, how she carries herself. This confidence, this energy that influences on any room she's in. And when you enter any room in the Queen energy, in the Queen archetype, well, you intimidate people. That's for sure. Like, recall your memories about any woman with the Queen archetype. I have an amazing example of Daenerys from series The Game of Thrones. So recall her energy. Like, you can't imagine a woman being in her the Queen energy and not being intimidating. She will always be intimidating because she carries the power within her that she's aware of. She carries this highest, again, form of femininity within her. That's why, she carries this energy, people feel so intimidated by her, because not everyone accepts this power within her. And if we're talking about men that want this kind of woman, they have to embody the king energy, they have to embody the king archetype, because only a man with the king archetype will be able to hold this power of a woman like this, because he also has this power within him and he is aware of this, and he also intimidates people. And it doesn't mean that you are being a bad person, no, just the energy that people feel, like, you don't even need to describe it. So that's another sign what will happen when you'll start embodying the Queen archetype. The other positive sides about the Queen archetype is that she is mature. That's really important part about being in your the queen energy. A woman in the queen energy, she is mature. She's not a girl. She's not in her the lover energy. She's really mature. And this is again, I can tell it's like heavy energy, but it's like really grounding energy that a woman exudes around her. So that's why people feel that, like, don't mess up with her. Because again, they feel that she embodies this adult energy, maturity. Another significant sign about the queen archetype is that you have a lot of confidence. And this confidence, it's not something superficial or like you're trying to be confident, because like I've seen people who try to be confident like through their alter ego, for example, but it's not real confidence. So this type of confidence comes from within, from the depth of you, because you know your self-worth. You know who you are. You embody this highest form of femininity again. You are mature, and like this type of woman, she knows who she is, okay? She respects herself, she loves herself, and she probably has done a lot of work to have this kind of state. The queen archetype can be divided to two another main feminine archetypes. So it's the huntress and the mother. So these two energies, like a woman embodies them, become the queen archetype. So it's the masculine energy and the mother, like inner parent energy together. And that's why a woman who holds the queen energy, she's so powerful, grounded, and intimidating at the same time. But it also doesn't mean that it's only these two archetypes, because again, a woman in her queen energy, she can embody any of archetypes. So for example, she decided like, okay, I want to play with the maiden archetype, I'll be in the maiden archetype today. There's an also important thing about that, uh, no woman has only one archetype. We all have minimum 2, 3 main our own archetypes. So for example, maybe you embody the queen archetype and the goddess, for example. Or maybe you embody the queen archetype and the muse, and it's another energy. The energies will be different, depends on what's your main feminine archetype. So if you, again, you want to discover what's your main feminine archetype, you can read my free guide about this, the link in the description box. A woman in the queen energy, she can literally create whatever she wants, like whatever she wants. She understands her power, she understands her femininity, she understands what is the feminine power, not the masculine power, the feminine power. And that's a powerful knowledge as well, as it is. So she rules her reality through her feminine power, not through the masculine power, okay, again. She's not in rush, she's not controlling, she just, she's being in the flow, and she creates with the flow, with her intuition, with her feminine wisdom, and so on. And that's another topic for discussion, if again you want to embody this archetype. So in general, she has a lot of wisdom and internal maturity, and it's not about the age. Yeah. So these are the positive sides of the queen archetype. Let's talk about the negative sides, because they also exist, and any archetypes has the positive sides and the negative as well. So the negative sides of a woman with the queen archetype, if it's the main one, she can be too demanding, too controlling, too, like maybe she could be a lot of in her masculine energy, in her logical energy, like the queen of swords. She's a little bit manipulative, controlling. She cannot trust that easily to people. She knows what's right and what's wrong. So there's a lot of ego, and not that much of femininity and the softness. So if you embody only this archetype, like on a big scale, like way too much, you can lose your softness. And the softness comes from the maiden, the lover archetypes. So it's your inner child and this young, active, childish energy. So a woman in the queen archetype, she can miss this type of energy, and that's why she can become way too rigid about everything in terms of her body, in terms of like literally like anything, in terms of men as well. That's why it's important to have not only one archetype, but different archetypes as well. And if you're again in the queen archetype, you can play with whatever archetype you want. You can turn on this archetype and turn off this one. Like if you're in the queen energy, you can turn on the lover archetype because you know how it works. And again, if you want to learn how it works, I truly recommend you to get my ebook Feminine Archetypes. It's upcoming really soon. So in general, she can become a man in a woman's body. She can rule her life through the masculine logic, through the masculine path, and so on. And I can tell you for sure, it's a really destructive experience itself if a woman decides to do so. But that's why it's so important to balance any archetype. In terms of man, a woman with the queen archetype will always choose a man with the king archetype. That's really important because if she will try to be with a man, for example, with the warrior archetype, or I don't know, the prince archetype, like honey, it will not work, like never, not at all. Because she can become a mother for them really easily. They will just not get it, they will not get her power, her energy. They will have two options: to grow, to be with her, to the king archetype, because it also requires a lot of energy, resources, and so on, for a man to grow as well to the king archetype, as well as for a woman to grow to the queen archetype. And the second option, they will try to humiliate her because of their own low self-esteem and self-worth. That's only two options here. That's why a woman in the queen energy needs to be with a man with the king energy. Two mature people become a couple, and it's really a powerful process. It's really like about two powerful people together building empires. They are mature, and that's really beautiful, and that's how it should work in my opinion. And I also would like to give you an exercise that will help you to embrace the queen energy. As I mentioned earlier, the queen archetype is about your maturity, it's about your inner adult. In psychology, there is such thing as transactional analysis, which was created by Eric Berne. And here, in this analysis, there is such thing as an inner child, an inner parent, and an inner adult. So the queen archetype is an inner adult. What will you need to do in order to have this part of you to arise and be more active, So you will need to heal your inner child first of all. All of the traumas, all of the main traumas, scenarios, and so on. You'd need to release a lot of negativity from your inner child. That's the first step. And I also have a free guided meditation on my channel for your inner child. You can do this. Please do it. It will help you a lot. And another part, the second part, is about your inner parent, about healing this part as well. And our inner parent is connected to our parents in their scenarios, especially through a mother figure. So when you heal this kind of scenarios, you can do this personal work, for example, with me or somewhere else. Like, it's up to you. If you have a request for this, you will find the options as well. So only in this case, your inner child will start to feel safe within your body, within you. From healing these two parts, your inner adult becomes complete. It becomes you. You become yourself. That's how you become an adult. Yeah. And that's how you start embracing the queen energy as well. Plus, there's another exercise for you can do. So as I mentioned earlier, the queen archetype is about two main feminine archetypes, the huntress and the mother. We discussed the mother already in the previous exercise. And the huntress archetype is about our masculine energy. It's about our inner man. And when a woman will heal this part of herself, she will truly start embracing confidence, internal dignity, this grace, how she carries herself in any room she's in, her internal power, and of course she would heal her relationship with men and the masculine figure in her reality. That's how it works. And again, you can find meditation practices on my channel that can help you to do so. Or you can work with me one-on-one if you feel an inner pull right now that you are interested in this. This is it for today about the Queen archetype. I think I've talked already enough, but I want to talk about it even more and more and more. I really enjoy this topic about the archetypes. I'll create a video about the masculine archetypes as well, more videos about the feminine archetypes, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are interested in this too. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, to subscribe to my channel, and see you next time. Bye bye.